Register Simcoe identity.
Hail and greetings, Clan Wolf warriors, I think. Therefore, I am Nova Colonel L1011 Widebody, and we are on mission Golden Spade. This is the final, how shall we say, story mission of the Clan Wolf campaign. The only mission after this is just the final trial. So, this is it. This is pretty much the end of the story of the Clan Wolf side of MechWarrior 2 and its campaign. Little remains in the way of resistance from the Falcon. The Battle of Broken Hope is over, and we are busy hunting down the stragglers. However, the enemy's will is by no means broken. It appears they are willing to fight to the death. We expect nothing less. The enemy is suspected of using the Held Shrine Palace complex north of Broken Hope Morges as cover for a comm station and staging area for Falcon reinforcements traveling south to the bay. Around the palace complex there is a force shield that will be rendered inoperative by friendly Kellhound fighters. Pay attention to that line. Codename Golden Spade, Planet Morges, terrain sparse urban, time night. Follow the nav sequence. Destroy the roadblock at Nav Omega. Find the palace complex, inspect it to confirm its contents, very important thing to do, and then level it if the enemy is using it. Objectives: primary, inspect the palace complex. Primary, destroy the palace complex if it is in use as a comm station. Primary, destroy the roadblock and turrets at Nav Omega. Secondary, destroy all defending units. Tertiary, destroy any targets of opportunity. Return, dust off site, Nav Alpha. It can be very, very easy to inadvertently overlook this stage, the Inspect the Palace Complex objective, and if you do not do that before destroying it, you will fail. And failure is not the way of the MechWarrior, usually. Situation! Oh my god. Excerpt from the Diary of Pilot Victor, Clan Wolf. I am not particularly proud of what happened at Broken Hope on that cold morning. I do not think that any of our pilots, MechWarriors, or commanders are proud either. And none of us expressed any happiness at our victory, for the deaths of warriors is never a cause for celebration. Certainly we were relieved that the threat to Clan Wolf had been eliminated, but none of the usual high spirits that usually accompany a victory were present that day. Instead, a sense of weariness, a sense of loss seemed to hang over our victory. The outcome of the battle was far from certain as our forces gathered among the rolling, wind-swept hills 20 kilometers east of the Bay of Broken Hope. Ice and snow lay undisturbed on the mammoth green hulls of the Jade Falcon dropships, and Khan Felon must have realized that the battered force had no intention of withdrawing. He must have realized that the Falcons were determined that the fate of the Wolf Clan would be decided in the frozen, forgotten wastelands of Morges. I believe that is why he gave the orders that he did. Interesting foreboding there. Situation: 10 days of fighting in the frozen wastes of Australarctica had taken a heavy toll on both the Jade Falcons and the Wolves. 2 galaxies of Falcons had dropped onto the planet. 5 frontline clusters and 4 garrison clusters. Now only 3 frontline clusters and 2 of the Falcons' garrison clusters remained operational. That's, what is that, half? 5, more or less half, a little over half. Additionally, severe ammunition shortages had reduced the effectiveness of all Falcon convoy units and left 2 of the Falcon clusters operating at half their capability. But the fighting had significantly weakened the Wolf forces also. 6 stars of mechs had been destroyed or rendered inoperational, which is about 30 mechs, and 3 elemental points had perished as well. The Kellhounds had lost 5 battle mech lances. Lance is a group of 4 mechs. A star is a group of 5. Lance is the inner sphere term for a squadron of mechs, and star is the clan term. So that's about 20 mech lances for the Kellhounds lost. Despite their losses, both sides remained fully capable of destroying one another, and neither side could afford to pull out of the battle. The Falcon forces represented that clan's only intact units remaining, and the Jade Falcon's only hope for destroying the Wolves on the battlefield. For the Wolves, the stakes were even higher. Khan Felon's forces carried the genetic legacy of the Wolf Clan, and so a defeat could spell the permanent end of the clan. Next page. Both commanders realized that the fighting would leave one of the forces destroyed, and quite possibly both. For a brief period, an uneasy calm fell over the battlefield, as if both commanders were reluctant to resume the battle. Then the roar of aerospace fighters broke the stillness. That's the sound of aerospace fighters. Okay. We'll leave my terrible Aerosmith fighter impression. So, what's strange about this mission, we get limited to 90 tons. There are no 90-ton mechs in this game, so that's a bit of a strange number there. I don't know if were any 90. I would think that the Executioner is a 95-ton mech. And that's the only other Clan Wolf assault mech I can think of at the time. So let's see. What should we take? This will be a chance to use the Warhawk, so I believe we'll do that. Let's see. 4 PPCs, 2 LRMs, and some kind of useless lasers. That's not too bad. Let's adjust that a little bit, since this is the last mission of the story. Let's see, I don't think I can... Let's take a look at our criticals before I start. We might not have enough critical space to fit Endo Steel in here. What we can do, increase this, reduce it to standard, and then use Endo Steel internals. That actually saves more weight. Endo Steel is more weight efficient in most cases than the comparable amount of armor. I'm going to leave that. Oh, I'm not using quite all my points. Let's see, I think that's all of them. I think there's, yeah, there we go. Now we're using all of our as many points as we can. All of our armor slots are filled up. So let's take a look at what kind of weapons we can use. Gonna get rid of that small laser. Let's see, and that pulse laser. And those LRMs actually. Replace those with some streak SRMs. Fit 2 of them in there, and then 3 small lasers. No, I don't particularly care for the small laser. Although, because we're at a strange tonnage, because the way that Endo Steel works is that the typical internal structure is 10% of a mech's mass. So 85-ton mech has a internal structure of 8.5 tons. Endo Steel halves that, so that's why it's 4 1/4. Unfortunately, there's nothing we could do with a quarter. Actually, I think we can use some machine guns. Oh, only one. A machine gun and an ER small laser. Now you're just being silly. They have about the same range. It should be good, because we're going to be running pretty hot with all those PPCs. Okay, it's something. Stick those streak SRMs right into our torsos here. Put the machine gun and the ER laser small in the center torso. And fill out the rest of our Endo Steel slots. My hawk. I don't know. That sounds good to me. Okay, let's use that. And I believe this is going to be one of the few missions where we can actually get to use the full size of the star in this. Now, a regular star is 5 mechs, but you only have MechWarrior 2 only has support for 3. So let's see.
Warhammer.
That should be a good configuration for a CPU. And then let's use something a little bit lighter.
Warhammer, Gargoyle, Timberwolf.
Use a good old Timberwolf. Which version should we use? That one's not bad. Let's see. What should I name him? I will name him Anashi, after one of my other Patreon patrons who has generously decided to support me and the thing that I do for you. If you want to see your name there on the Jade Falcon campaign, I will be wiping both of these names. For the Jade Falcon campaign, you can donate to support me on my Patreon page at patreon.com/L11Widebody, and you can have your name here if you donate $5 or more. Keep that in mind. Exit config and go back in.
Warhammer.
Just because sometimes it'll reset the mech types, and I don't like it when it does that. Alright, let's roll out.